Hi, today I'm going to show you guys how to do a Valentine's cake and it's super easy. To start, we're going to use two round 9-inch pans and I'm going to be using parchment paper so it's non-sticking, so it doesn't stick, the cake doesn't stick to the pans. So to get the perfect circle, I'm tracing the bottom of the pan to parchment paper and I'm showing you how I'm doing it. So it's easier for it to fit and it won't be complicated. So this is me showing you that I have created the circle and then I'm going to start cutting it, and I checked to see if it fit, and I also did these small parchment that I had left over for the sides of the pan. So I'm gonna grab butter and I'm gonna butter the pans so the parchment paper can stick to the pans. And this, I recommend doing this, but you don't have to. But this will make sure that the parchment paper doesn't move. And then I place it in there, and I'm making sure the sides are good. And this is me showing you that I'm making sure that the sides and it's really stick in there. And the longer that you do the sides, it's easier to take it out of the pan. And I recommend doing this. For today, I'm using this cake box and I'm following the directions of the cake box, which require me 3 eggs, oil, and milk. And then I'm just whisking and mixing the cake batter. Just follow the instructions of any cake batter that you want. You could do red velvet, but I just chose this one. And this is just showing you guys how I'm whisking it, but you can do it any. My recommendation that I found it is that the less you whisk or mix the cake batter, the more it will rise. So I recommend not over whisking it. And this is how mine ended up looking like. Then I'm just gonna divide that into two, so it evenly for both pans, because it's two round 9-inch pans. And then I'm just making sure it's divided, and then I'm gonna do a heart, sketch it on cardboard so I could use it as a guide for the shape. So I kind of burned my cakes, but it's okay. And I'm just showing you guys how it's easy to peel off and it's no problems to get it out of the pan. I love parchment paper. And then I'm going to put the cardboard guide of the heart shape on the cake, and I'm just going to cut it out. And this is how the cake ended up looking like. I know it's not perfect, but the icing is going to make it look so much better. Just trust it. This is my icing recipe. I don't like buttercream, so you're gonna need vanilla extract, sugar, 1/4 cup of sugar, and you're gonna need a cup of heavy whipping cream. This is the brand that I use, but you can use any brand. Also, you're gonna need a spatula. You can use any brand, and a bowl and an electric mixer. I recommend electric. So you just do 1 cup or 3/4 cups of heavy whipping cream, the 1 cup of sugar, and vanilla extract. You could alter this recipe as much as you like. This is just an average quantity that is going to result. And I also forgot to mention you need food coloring because I want the pink icing. And then you're just going to whisk this, and you're going to do it for like about at least 2 to 3 minutes. It does take some time, but it goes really quickly, and you know it's ready once it has the texture of icing. Again, this is whipping cream. I just don't like buttercream because I think it's way too sweet, but this is the texture that you'll get, and it's pretty much icing. It works perfectly. So once you get this texture, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a crumb coat for the cake, and this is me showing you how smooth it is. And trust me, it's a really good recipe, and I think it's better than buttercream. So you're just gonna do a crumb coat just to get the edges, since we did cut it or level it a little bit, just for to get the heart shape. So I do recommend doing this process of just doing a crumb coat, and you just do like an evenly. And this is me showing you how it doesn't look perfect because it is a crumb coat, and you'll just fix it again, but you're just gonna put it in the freezer for a few minutes. I did it like 10 minutes just so it can cool down and get a little hard in the icing or the whipping cream. And then we're gonna do another. I did a border. It helps a lot to like help get the shape, the heart shape. So I recommend doing a border. To do the border, I just used a piping bag, and I used a flower tip. I just forgot what tip it was, and I used this tip to write love you, and this is the final product. I recommend using a piping pit, and it's hard to write, but just do your best. Mine's decent, but this is the final product, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys recreate this. It's easy, just trust the process.